record a video and talk to you about why I'm here. Why at the age of 53, almost 54, that I have decided to pick up a camera and start a YouTube channel. I know a lot of my family and friends probably think I'm crazy, and they're thinking, girl, why do you want to put your life on display for everyone to see? People are gonna laugh and make fun of you, and you're going to look silly. Well, maybe so. But I woke up one day and I realized that I'm just walking through life. I'm just getting up every day, going to work, doing my job, coming home, thinking about all the things that I didn't get done for the day and all the things that I need to do, and then stressing about all the things I have here at home to do, and then thinking about all the things I've not gotten done. That never-ending list in my head that just keeps going day after day after day, and life is flying by. You know, I started teaching a little later in life, when I was younger and first married, and when I had my first son. When he was born, we made the decision that I was going to stay at home and be with our children, and that's what I wanted to do. I was absolutely fine with that. I loved every minute getting to spend that time with my boys. I have 2 boys and a girl, and my first child was born in the late 90s, and I was 24. And I loved being home with him. I loved being a mom. You know, I did the regular, babysitting and odd little jobs and things for extra money to be able to go and do things with him. But my husband worked and provided for us, and it worked for our family. And then in 2000, I went to beauty school, and I did that for a while. Beauty school was not my thing. I tried. I had my own shop. By then, I'd had my second child, and he was in daycare. Well, on the days that I worked, I didn't work full time. I shared a shop with my husband, who's a barber, and it got to where he was just having all kinds of stomach problems, and it wasn't a good fit. And so I came back home, and I stayed home with him. And when he went to kindergarten, before he went to kindergarten, actually, Addie was born. And Addie is my daughter, who is now 18, almost 18. We have a month to go, graduating from high school. And I'm not going to have any more kids at home. She has plans to go to college, and she's got her life to live. My oldest son is in the Air Force. He's married. They have 2 children. He's been stationed all over the place. In the beginning, he was in England, and then he was in Minot, North Dakota, and then he's been in Tinker, and now he's in Virginia, and that's where my grandsons are. And his wife is also in the Air Force. Very proud of both of them, and love my grandbabies to no end. My middle son, he's out there living life and doing his thing, and Addie's getting ready to do that. And I have just realized that I have missed a lot. I have missed a whole lot. I started teaching in 2015, and it was just one day I knew, I needed to go to work. Times had changed, and it's really hard to make ends meet with a one income family, and when your kids get older and their needs are more. And so I went back to college, and in 2015 I took a job at the same school that I'm at now, and it took a lot of time learning how to teach and how to manage behavior, and I still don't think I'm anywhere close to being where you could say perfect after 10 years. No, teaching every new class that you get every year is totally different, and you've got to come up with a new skill set to meet those needs. But I realized that I spent a lot of time focusing all that energy on my job, trying to get really good at it, and I missed a lot. And I think I missed the most with my daughter. And I have regrets about that. I was at school with her, but I couldn't focus all of my time on her. When I was at school events, I was still teacher, not just mom, and that was difficult to balance. But with that being said, there's I was like one day, I'm just sitting here waiting for the end. I get up every day, I go to bed, get up every day, I go to bed, and there's nothing that I'm doing that brings me joy and happiness into my life. My job is very stressful. I know there's a lot of professions out there that's stressful. For me, teaching is very stressful. You want to do a good job, and sometimes that can be very difficult. There's lots of things that have to go into that. You don't just get to walk in front of a classroom and teach a class and magically they learn it and everything's a-okay. Now I have moved into special education, which is there's even a lot more to that. But I just, I thought, if I go to bed and I go to sleep tonight, it's okay because I'm done. I've raised my kids. I've got 2 grandkids. I've got my nice house now. I have a new car. What else do I need to accomplish? But you know what? I'm not done. And that's where this channel comes in, because I got to thinking, I don't think I'm the only one who feels this way. There's got to be others my age that are going through the same thing, that has kind of felt like they have just been lost in that pattern of just doing the same thing day after day and not intentionally living. And so that's my goal, is that I want to find things that bring me joy. I want to be intentional about it. I want to simplify some of the things in my life that are just chaos and all over the place. I'm a hoarder by nature. So that's another thing that you'll see with this channel, is I am going to simplify all of those things that I have. They're not important. My family and the people I'm around and, getting the most out of my life is what's important. And I think those things are tending to weigh me down and hold me back. So I'm going to be going through more things and letting go of things, and things that I felt like had so much sentimental value, they don't, because I hold the memories. But in my thinking, I felt like if I created this channel, I could hold myself accountable. I'm a creative person by nature. Let me tell you, I am all over the place. I will have 100 projects going at one time, but that's just my nature. I have to find something that keeps my brain busy, and I think this is a good outlet for that. But at the same time, I want to build friendships and relationships with people who are just like me, so that we can navigate our way through this next chapter of midlife. Because, I think 53, I'm not even close to being done yet, but I've just been going through life like I was. Just like everything is going to come to an end. I'm going to retire. I'm going to sit at home and watch TV, and that's it for me, But I don't want that. Things that kind of ring into me was my mother. She was a nurse, 35 years. I lost my mom when I was 40. And it's very still hard at this moment. But my mom was a planner, and she was one of those women who had a mission. She got up every day. She went to work, even when she felt horrible, and came home, went to bed, got up and did it again every day. And she missed out on a lot of things because she was so focused on working till she hit her retirement and planning to buy that lake house and have those weekends with grandkids and with her husband and all that downtime and enjoy. But one day she woke up and found out she had breast cancer. And in a year and a half, all of those plans that she had for someday never came. So after I lost my mom, the next year I lost my dad. And then I lost my grandmother 3 years later. And then I lost my aunt, who I thought of as a second mom, about 5 years ago. And all of those people were waiting for that someday. That someday they were going to settle down and they were going to do all those things that they were waiting to do. But their someday they didn't get to have. And I have just decided I'm not waiting for that someday. I'm going to make 2026 the year that this is my day. This is the time I'm intentional. And I want you to come along on this journey with me. Let's hold each other accountable for looking for the good things in life to find. I'm going to be making some big changes in my life. Big changes for me anyway. And I want to share that with you. And I want you to share those things that you're going through. We're going to talk about, we're going to have our cups of coffee together, which I'm having coffee with you tonight at 5:30 in the afternoon, and you see the next holiday coming up. Because I don't want to go to bed yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not ready for my night to end. I got some things I want to do. Let's do this together. Let's move forward and let's just start living. Let's find those things that give us our joy back, that give us a sense of purpose. Let's find our passion. So in this channel, I'm going to be talking about everyday life and what I'm doing to find the positive and what I'm planning and those things that I do. May be little things as far as going to a flea market or a consignment shop or an estate sale, but I'm not going to let obstacles get in my way. I'm going to be talking about health. Yes, I feel bad. I've got some new diagnoses lately that will impact my daily living, and they have been for a long time, but I think maybe got some medicine and some things moving forward, but I'm not going to let them slow me down. So here's to 2026. Here's to being midlife and seizing the moment, moving forward, because we are not done yet, and we're going to do this together. See you later. So if you like the content in this channel and you want to join me for my journey, follow along, or comment in the chat so we can share our stories and have our conversations. Share this channel, subscribe, and let's do this together because we're not done yet.